A represents the number in front of the trig function, so the absolute value of A is what we call the amplitude. And it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative because it's absolute value. So if that was a -3 in front of the sign, we would just say 3 is the amplitude. Then B isn't really anything but 2 pi from the unit circle over that letter B. That's what we designate as our period or our frequency. Some people call it the cycle. And that in this class we just call it the period. It's called the period. Here we're going to label 4 critical points. So please make a note of that. We label 4 critical points. Of that cycle. Some people label more, but once you get those 4 critical points, you should be able to count out the remaining points because it actually goes on for infinity. And then we're just going to go ahead and do an example. Get with it. So now that I've established that my amplitude is 2, what I'm going to do is from my origin, I'm going to go up 2 and down 2. So I'm going to go up 2 and draw a horizontal boundary. And I'm going to go down 2, up 2 and down 2, and draw a horizontal boundary. And then my period is pi over 2. So I'm going to go right 1, 2, 3, 4 units. And at that 4th spot, I'm going to put that period of pi over 2. And that's going to give me my 4 critical points. If you recall, we talked about 4 critical points, and they're located there. There are technically 5 critical points because 0 is going to be a critical point. So half of pi over 2 is pi over 4, and then half of pi over 4 is pi over 8. And then to establish this coordinate, all we do is take that first coordinate, pi over 8, and we multiply it by 3. So that third coordinate, that third critical point is going to be 3 pi over 8. Now this is a sine graph, and there's a long story that goes with where the sine starts, but the sine starts at the origin. So I'm going to place a dot at the origin. And then we notice that it's a positive 2 sine, so from there I'm going to go in the positive direction, and at pi over 8, that's a critical point, and it's actually going to be a maximum. Then at pi over 4, that's going to be a critical point, it's going to be a 0. Then at 3 pi over 8, my next critical point will be a negative, at a minimum, and then another 0. And just that part of the graph, will be one cycle, and that one cycle will start here, go up to that coordinate, curve down, and end at that, and that is one cycle. Now, most classes ask you to continue that pattern out for at least 2 cycles. So if we continue that pattern, we can get a couple of cycles involved with this drawing.